AITA for leaving a pregnant woman outside of her doctor's office without a ride home. I was picking up my 2-year-old son from daycare, which is in a commercial building that also has a doctor's office. When I was strapping my son in his car seat in the parking lot, a clearly pregnant woman approached me and got quite close to where I was standing, like 2 feet from my open car door where I was bent over to buckle my son in. She asked for help with her Uber and said she doesn't speak English fluently. I spoke with the Uber driver on speaker, and he was at another branch of the doctor's office in another town, and he advised us to cancel and book another Uber. I offered to do this for her and canceled her ride and typed the correct address into the app for her, but she kept deleting the address and then handing me the phone again. I told her I was putting the address incorrectly for her, but she continued to delete the address. I felt like I couldn't do much more for her at that point and said a few more times she needs to enter the correct address into the app. There was a clear language barrier. I only speak English and am average at Spanish, and her phone had Farsi letters on it which other than recognizing that have no knowledge of. I started to leave and she kept asking me to stay and help her. I told her I needed to get home and that she wasn't allowing me to help her. She got very snippy towards me as I got in my car and left. I felt bad because she was pregnant and seemed distressed about getting home. But I felt like we were at a stalemate in what I could do for her, and I was also uncomfortable with how close she approached me initially, that I was with my young son, and that she kept deleting the address when I typed it in. AITA? NTA. Because this. She kept deleting the address and then handing me the phone again. That just smells wrong to me. NTA. She kept asking me to stay and help her hash. You won't let me. Quote. NTA. Pregnant or not, she was still a stranger, and I believe in trusting your instincts. You tried several times to help, to no avail. Your priority is to get your own child home safely. She can call someone else. NTA. That seems sus. You tried to help. It was more important to take your son away from there. NTA. Your son is your number one responsibility. You protected yourself and your son. I don't trust anyone these days. I think she wanted you to give her money. NTA. I smell a scam. Sounds like she was up to something. She was trying to get an invite into your car. So many ways for that to go wrong. NTA. NTA. As I left, I might have called the police non-emergency line and asked if they could send assistance. But doesn't sound like much more you could have done, especially with a child in the car. Hopefully she found someone else who was able to help her. Clearly you had a communication problem. My paranoid side says she was keeping you there for a carjacking. Or maybe she just wanted a lift to some out-of-the-way place. I like to be kind, but this situation makes me feel uncomfortable. NTA. This sounds extremely sus. Sounds like she was trying to invite herself into your car. The deleting of the address multiple times is just odd. I think you did all that a person could reasonably be expected to do in that situation and kept your wits about yourself and your son. This sounds like a scam. Kudos to you for trying to help her, and more kudos for walking away. NTA. NTA. That's a dangerous situation. In the front seat or back seat, the driver is at a disadvantage if attacked by a passenger. You also would be going to a secondary, also unknown, location. You don't know who's there, and you don't know this person nor what is on their person. Like weapons. I may have called police non-emergency to be safe, but I wouldn't have given a ride either, especially with your son involved. It's unfortunate. Maybe if she gave you cash you could order the Uber. Maybe call a taxi for her or non-emergency. But there's nothing you can do without taking on a potentially serious risk. There are a lot of human traffickers as well as just dangerous people who target people. Like a lone woman with a child. Through emotional manipulation, pregnant women will strike an emotional chord for mothers specifically. I get we want to see the best in people, but where safety of you and your child are concerned, it's not worth the risk. No one thinks it will happen to them until it's too late. NTA, you try to help her, but as you said, you hit a stalemate. After she kept deleting the address. If you keep trying to help her and she still deletes address, you'll be there for ages. You have your child with you and you can't stop what you're doing for too long. But I have a feeling she might be trying to con you into giving her a lift and maybe mug you. When I was on a business trip last month, staff at hotel told guests about a con going on in the area. This what they said while a person is getting into their car. They get approached by someone that is having problems getting home because issues with Uber, taxi, bus, or they have no money. So car owner would offer them a lift. But instead of going to a house, they are lead to a trap. The approacher would hold a weapon to car owner head, neck and the others. With the approacher, will jump out from where they are hiding. Car owner got in their car and other belongings stolen. Staff said it happened to 3 people in the area. NTA, you did all you could. I would have stopped after the second attempt. NTA, who's to say she is really pregnant? NTA, you did what you could. She could have asked the receptionist for help if she really needed it, so it does seem sketchy. NTA, my take. She was clearly going to use an Uber. At worst, her language skills are so poor that it made it an ordeal. Okay, at worst she was a scammer, but in terms of you being the asshole, this would be a good thing. She was in a safe place. A doctor's office. At this point it's on the doctor and their receptionist to help set her up with an Uber. In Ta, you don't owe a stranger anything, least of all when they won't accept the help you offered. NTA, you tried to help and it's completely understandable that your first priority was keeping your kid safe. Her behavior seems sus. That said, where you are, is it necessary to type the pickup address instead of letting the app find the location via GPS? Are sure the Uber driver was legit? It was probably her scam partner and you did the right thing by going home. NTA.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.